Good morning, everybody. Isaac here with Team 4Runner, and today is a big, big day. Toyota released a sneak peek teaser image of what we can all assume is the 6th generation 4Runner. They posted it this morning on Instagram with a carousel, starting with the 1st gen 4Runner, ending with the 6th gen, and it's a cropped in, not a great shot of the 6th gen, but again, it's just a teaser. So I got my computer pulled up. And in this video, we're going to look at the photo, we're going to review some things, we're going to compare and contrast, and I'm going to speculate and assume a whole bunch of stuff because honestly, this is a bit out of nowhere that we're seeing this. So again, very excited. A lot of us have been waiting a very long time for this. The 5th gen's been around for 14 years. I'd assume this replaces it in 2025. It's going to be hard to beat the 5th gen. It's going to be hard to beat all the previous generations. And Toyota's got a lot to live up to with this one. With the, they killed it with the LC launch. The Tacoma, which is right here, they knocked it out of the park. And so 4Runner, there's a lot riding on. So yeah, I'm excited. But like I said, I got the computer pulled up, and let's just chat through some of my initial thoughts and impressions, and I would love to hear yours too in the comments. I know we've all got our own opinions, we've all got our own thoughts, we've all got our own response to this. So let me hear it, and I'm sure we all see different things in this too. So off the cuff, first thing I notice, just by looking at the photo, the 4Runner emblem. And if you look at the comments, it's full of this too. Toyota's never put the emblem there before, ever. Like the classic emblem placement on a 4Runner is right above like the license plate, right? The hatch handle, right on that that plate there, it says 4Runner. And here, you can't really see the hatch handle all that well, but it doesn't look like it says it there. Something else kind of off the cuff here that I noticed, the color, Heritage Blue, same color that was launched with the new Land Cruiser last summer. So we're seeing that on the 4Runner. Kind of third, just kind of go down the list, things I'm noticing. Silver back, valance, rear bumper cover, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of on brand for the TRD off-road trim levels currently on 4Runner. So I would assume this is a TRD off-road unless they're just using that silver metallic color for Pro, or if they're bringing Trailhunter to the 4Runner, I'd assume they are. That might be a secondary color, but it reminds me of an off-road trim. Where they kind of have the front silver valance, the rear valance. That's basically the same color. Something else here is the tucked-in hitch. And then they've got that kind of cool Toyota retro hitch cover on there. That's neat. What I don't see, well, I shouldn't say I don't see it. I don't see it on the driver's side. I do see it on the passenger side, I think, which would be weird that it wouldn't be on both, would be the high lift points that you see on Tacoma. I would assume 4Runner has it, but because it is a little bit different, I mean, it'll be the same chassis, same frame, same things like that, but I'm not seeing it here. Again, maybe it's just like a Trailhunter option or something. This is a TRD off-road Tacoma, and it does have it, so who knows. Something else here, this truck is very angular. Lots of different angles, lots of different kind of positioning of body panels and things like that. Very aggressive, I guess, is how it looks. And again, I would imagine that it's similar to Tacoma here, and different from 5th gen behind me in the sense of it's gonna kind of embody that aggressive look and feel like the Tacoma has. So maybe biggest thought here. I'm not gonna end on this. I've got a few more thoughts. The biggest thought here, back hatch. So we all know and love the rear roll down window, and there's kind of a demand that it has it. Now, we lost the rear roll-down window with Sequoia. Land Cruiser, Toyota didn't feel necessary to put a tailgate on it. I know GX never had one, but it kind of would have been a cool thing. They did not do it, just the normal hatch, totally fine. No roll-down window in that either. Again, it was never there, so it's fine. I would say new Land Cruiser hatch better than outgoing GX. But anyway, point is, there hasn't been many promising cues that some of that quirky heritage stuff will stick with next gen 4Runner. I'm just gonna say it here, and I'm gonna pray and hope that I'm correct. This hatch looks very upright, looks very straight, looks very up and down. I bet we're going to see it. I think Toyota listened. They've been listening. I think they're going to continue listening. And I think we're going to see a roll down window. I really do. I wish we could see a little bit more of the rear hatch handle, because you maybe see like a button there. At least on my wife's 4Runner, there's 2 little arrows for up and down for the window. That's a 21. I think the new ones currently have it, but we don't get to see that. There's probably a reason for that. That might be part of the next teaser. I don't know. If Toyota was smart, it would hold off, show it to us all later. Oh, man. I'm kind of on a tangent here, but definitely excited. I texted the photo to a few buddies this morning and said, what do you guys think? Let me know. Like, you know, we all drive 4Runners. Let me hear it. One of their initial responses was he thinks that there's a better hatch to bumper angle than the new Land Cruiser. The new Land Cruiser, if you remember, I can maybe throw up a photo on the screen. The rear bumper really curves down at the bottom, where this one is very angular. It seems short and stubby. It honestly even seems smaller, shorter distance, and just smaller in general than 5th Gen 4Runner, which I would maybe translate to even better departure angle. And by better departure angle, for sure from 5th Gen, but maybe even from Land Cruiser. I don't know. We'll see. So that could be something unique. That could be something cool. I like the integrated lights or reflectors in the rear back bumper. It's kind of a cool touch. Obviously, you see the Toyota Safety Sense, the sensors in the back bumper. Yeah, it's a must. Again, a lot to unpack, a lot to look at. Just in general, it looks entirely different. I know the swing arms covering the back hatch on that one, but it doesn't look at all the same. The side little wings of the rear bumper, there might be some resemblance from the 5th Gen. But otherwise, it's very, very different look and feel. The back lights still look small like this, which I prefer. Again, a little bit more aggressive look. You've got that like prominent red that Toyota always throws at us in their light fixtures. Other than that, I'm sure I'm going to end this video and 20 minutes later realize like 5 more things, have 12 more epiphanies. But overall, I'm excited to see that, number one, that it's back. I mean, I think there was a good amount of us that thought, who knows, with this new Land Cruiser, like that it might be the end of the 4Runner. We'd all be shocked by it. I don't think Toyota would ever do that. But at the end of the day, you still never knew. I mean, the Land Cruisers are arguably about the same size. I'm guessing it'll be a little bit bigger than this. 4Runner, I think, will come in just a hair smaller. And again, I'm sure it will come in a hair less expensive, things like that. But other than the photo, that's kind of my 2 cents. Now, let me quick jump into what we all can assume. I mean, it's not rocket science that this truck will have up-to-date powertrain, up-to-date interior, just like the Tacoma. So it'll be a 4-cylinder turbo. And then I would imagine Pro Trail Hunter, I would imagine we get a Trail Hunter Limited, and some of the higher trim levels will come with hybrid powertrain, which will be cool. Lots of torque, lots of horsepower, it'll be great. I took the Tacoma up I-70 a couple weeks ago, and it only has like 33-inch tires on it right now. But compared to driving the 5th Gen 4Runner, it's night and day driving up I-70. You can actually drive. So I'm getting behind it. I'm getting behind the 4-cylinder turbo. I gotta put some more, clock some more miles, do a road trip. We're going out to Moab in a couple weeks, which will be a good time to judge some true impressions and thoughts of it. But I assume the 4Runner gets all of that. I would assume it's like identical on the inside, same motor, same transmission, same all that stuff. With the 4-cylinder turbo engine, the high mount intake, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to be able to hear that turbo just singing on this new 6th Gen, which is cool. And again, if I were to guess, just like Tacoma, Toyota started redesigning and rebuilding and planning this Tacoma like 2 years after 3rd Gen came out. So it's been in development for years and years and years. I would guess the same thing for 6th Gen 4Runner. I would guess, the second they started retooling Tacoma, introducing Land Cruiser, GX, Tundra, Sequoia, they started playing around with 4Runner. And you know how the saying goes, save the best for last. So that's the hope. Other than that, thanks for listening. Catch you next time.